Hello, ladies and gentlemen, boys, girls, innies, outers, and in-betweeners. It's me again, Dan, and welcome back to another PAP Reports, The Bad Bits. It is, of course, Friday, September the 4th, 2020. Essex Police Detective Constable Andrew Flack was allowed to retire before he faced his misconduct panel on Tuesday and Wednesday this week, accused of deleting records from a paedophile's mobile phone, making inaccurate entries into a police database in relation to the record, and failing to carry out an investigation into how and why the record was on the sex offender's device in the first place. Now, there's no information about what the record was, but knowing we know, and seeing as this is the Bad Bits report, I'm going to take a wild stab in the dark and say it could have been evidence that DC Flack was a dirty cunt too. The panel decided he would have been dismissed from the force if he had not previously retired, although retiring doesn't prevent a criminal charge of misconduct in public office, which this was. Deputy Chief Constable Pippa Mills said sexual offences, particularly those involving children, are among the most abhorrent crimes we investigate as police officers. Protecting the most vulnerable people is our absolute priority, and our officers work incredibly hard every single day to keep people safe and ensure offenders are brought to justice. Mr. Flack had no excuses for his behaviour, which falls far below the high professional standards we expect from all officers and staff. His actions undermine the good work of all those people and will not be tolerated. Along with having zero action taken against him because he was allowed to retire before the hearing, he was placed on the College of Policing's barred list. The incompetence of Devon and Cornwall Police in getting a case to court in a timely manner has led to a paedophile walking free. 33-year-old Nicholas Theobold, formerly of Torpoint, but now lives in Essex, appeared at Truro Crown Court to be sentenced after pleading guilty to 3 counts of making indecent images of children and distribution of the same. In 2018, police carried out a search at his address in Torpoint and seized a number of devices. During the search, it said that Theobold pointed at a laptop and told them he needed help. Forensic examination of the devices found 62 Category A images, including 3 Category A videos, 101 Category B images and 9 Category B videos, and 1,404 Category C images, including 9 Category C videos. Theobold was also found to have been speaking with another twisted cunt on Twitter, where they spoke about their favourite image out of a number the pair had sent to each other. However, when the case finally got to court, Judge Robert Linford expressed his unhappiness that the case had taken so long to get there, despite Theobold's early admission of guilt, saying that the delays must be taken into account. Sentencing, Judge Robert Linford said, "It is vitally important people such as you recognise these images don't simply exist in the ether. This is someone's daughter, granddaughter, niece potentially, sister, being abused for the entertainment of people like you. One of the images you had showed a 3 or 4-year-old girl being raped by an adult. It beggars belief that you can get sexual gratification from looking at images such as these. It is appalling." Judge Linford went on to say that 3 things allowed him to spare Theobold jail. Firstly, the fact the offence happened 2 years prior. Secondly, that he had no previous convictions, and that the Court of Appeals states that where there is sufficient prospect of rehabilitation, a community order can be passed as way of an alternative. Judge Linford also remarks that he couldn't be sure that it was Class A material Theobold distributed. What does it fucking matter? If it's child fucking porn, it's child porn. Fucking Category C, B or A. Theobold was given a 3-year community order consisting of the Sex Offenders Group Programme. He was also made the subject of a sexual harm prevention order and told that he will be locked up for 2 years at least should he offend again. The NPCC has demanded action by the government after online child sex offences have risen by more than 20% in the last year in Greater Manchester, and fear the risks to children of being snared by offenders are even greater due to lockdown. There were 716 offences in 2019 and 2020 compared to 628 in 2018 to 2019, a rise of 21%, bearing in mind that that's only the ones that are known about. With 10,391 online child sex offence crimes recorded by all 46 forces across England, Wales, Northern Ireland and the Channel Islands for 2019 to 2020. And again, these are just the ones that they know about. It's now said that the total number of online child sex offence cases recorded in the past 5 years, since it became mandatory to record whether a crime involved the internet, has increased to more than 37,000. But we already know that there's many that are going on that haven't been uncovered yet, and also we know police are shit at keeping any real figures, because rather than being truthful, they manipulate data to fit the current narrative. The NPCC says this highlights the urgent need for the government to push forward with the online harms bill, which would place a legal duty of care on tech firms to protect children, enforced by an independent regulator. They are also calling on the government to publish its final plans before the end of the year and get an online harms bill by the statute book by the end of 2021. I don't know I can't see why they can't do it quicker. I mean, look how quick they put through these fucking COVID legislations. Are children not as important? Andy Burrows, head of child safety online policy at NPCC, said these figures suggest that online abuse was already rising before lockdown, and the risks to children appear to have spiked significantly since. It is now almost 17 months since the government's original proposals for social media regulation were published, and children continue to face preventable harm online. The NPCC has been campaigning for a duty of care on tech firms since the launch of its Wild West web campaign in 2018. The government published the online harms white paper in April 2019, but has still yet to produce the final consultation response. Paedophile star of Cops UK bodycam squad, Tatton, we spoke about this cunt yesterday, is still on full pay while suspended, even after admitting a series of child sex offences, and Staffordshire police have come under fire for it. Tatton was arrested on December 10th, 2019, so has already had a 9-month paid holiday. He was later charged with attempting to engage in sexual communication with a child and 4 counts of making an indecent photograph or pseudo-photograph of a child. He pleaded guilty to the offences when his case was heard at Birmingham Crown Court on Tuesday this week, but remains on full pay until sentencing, even though he's admitted it. Staffordshire police have been inundated with comments on social media asking why he was not sacked immediately after his admission and expressing their concern that taxpayers are still paying his wages. Keith Dixon asked why is he suspended and not sacked. Janet Salt said suspended with pay, sack him. Kerry Barlow said he needs locking up, suspended with pay, that just makes it worse. Sack him and lock him up so he can get what he deserves. He's supposed to keep people safe. What a joke. Sheila White said suspended, he should be sacked. Staffordshire police have defended their position, with a spokesman saying misconduct meetings or hearings take place after any criminal proceedings due to the risk of prejudice. Staffordshire Police Federation Chairman Sergeant Phil Jones said once an allegation has been made, there has to be a proper investigation. There are procedures which are followed. The force looks at whether he could continue to do his job, which in this case the answer is no, or if there's another role he could fill, and again the answer is no. It asks if public confidence would be affected if he continued to work. Tick, 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 fuck him off then. He continued, in this case the allegation was so serious that a decision was made to suspend him that would be reviewed subject to a criminal hearing. When there's a criminal hearing, the force has to wait for the outcome of that before the misconduct hearing can take place. But it doesn't. I've spoke about on this very channel how expedited misconduct hearings have gone ahead prior to a court date or a finalisation of a court case. So stop talking fucking bollocks. I mean, the hearing is over anyway, and all that's left is sentencing on the 2nd of November. An admission of guilt has been made and the court found him guilty. So personally, I failed to see why, after admission and guilt proven, he gets to receive a further 2 months full pay at the expense of the fucking taxpayer. Very big thank you to every single one of the channel supporters, especially our channel Patreon supporters. I love you, and your support really does help. And that is all I have for you in today's Too Much for YouTube. Please like, please share, please comment, and please subscribe. Please also let me know your thoughts, as I know many of you will. And until next time, stay safe, look after each other, film the police, other officials. And I hope you have a fabulous weekend. Good night, all. Thank you for taking the time to watch this video. If you like the content and you'd like to help support the channel, you can do so. In the description of every video, there are some links to ways that you're able to help support the channel so I can continue putting out content. If you're unable to help us in that way, hit that subscribe button up the top there. If you haven't already, become a subscriber. That is support enough. Share the videos, comment, like, it all helps. If you're looking for something else to watch, up top there is my latest video. Down the bottom there is a video that YouTube recommends for you.